Your heart pounds as you trudge through the blinding sands, each step heavy with fear and regret. The once peaceful Sarasaland has descended into chaos, friends turning foe overnight. Every hopeful stride towards escape, a cruel, cruel reminder that even if you do make it out alive, you've left the love of your life behind. Are Daisy and Waluigi secretly in love? This is what proponents of the Waluigi movement seem to believe, but on the surface, this doesn't make much sense. Waluigi. These two really don't like each other, and the games make this pretty clear. In Mario Baseball, they have negative chemistry, only reserved for characters who actively dislike one another. In Fortune Street, when Daisy lands on Waluigi's shop, she insults it, calling it disappointing. They're rivals in Mario Kart 8. Hell, in Mario Tennis Ace's story, she's one of the first ones to suspect him of being up to no good, even with little to no evidence. She hates this guy. Besides, Daisy's with Luigi. They're in a relationship. They definitely are. Right? After playing these games my whole life, I honestly never thought I'd have to question this, but are Daisy and Luigi really in love? The Waluigi theory suggests she may not have just been in one relationship before Luigi, but is also secretly seeing someone else right now. Look, I know this may seem like a wild idea, but trust me, once they see the evidence in the intro section, they're gonna believe it. Wait. What's this interrupting the flow of the video? A fourth wall break? No, this can't be. He's... Deadpool? Hey, Siiroth, ready to make a splash at the coolest pool party and show off your style? What? Marvel Strike Force is a mobile squad RPG that allows you to battle with your favorite gang to save the universe against threats like Doctor Doom and Apocalypse. We're gonna get into this evidence in just a second, but I couldn't turn this invite down. There's some crazy events going on this month that I gotta share with you, but I'm getting ahead of myself a bit. Recruit and mix and match the wildest team of both superheroes and supervillains you can imagine to complete missions, unlock gear and resources, and unlike a lot of other single-player games out there, go and take on other players in PvP action. New ways to battle with your roster are released regularly, and the meta is constantly evolving. Along with campaigns, Blitz, and Arena, there's also weekly Alliance Wars, Cosmic Crucible, where you compete in head-to-head tournaments with other players. And if this sounds exciting to you, to me, if there's ever a time to hop on the train, it's right now, because Marvel Strike Force is having its very first pool party, featuring Deadpool, Wolverine, and a whole host of other characters. New ones releasing all the time, too. This month, be on the lookout for the highly anticipated Illuminati team. There will be 4 weeks of events featuring 3 different difficulties so everyone can participate in the fun regardless of experience. And there's lots of rewards, gear, and character shards to get your hands on. Celebrate the release of Marvel Studios' Deadpool and Wolverine by unlocking Deadpool and Wolverine for free using the limited time promo code on screen and in the description. You can also unlock Deadpool's new costume, which is inspired by Marvel Studios' Deadpool and Wolverine, by playing through this month's pool party event. Check out the game below, and thanks to Marvel Strike Force for sponsoring this video. There's 3 main moments that theorists point to that lead to 2 shocking revelations changing the way we see the Mario world, which we'll get into at the end. But first of all, why would anyone even think they're together with both of them clearly hating each other? It just doesn't make much sense. Well, that would be the case if it weren't for what I said actually not being entirely true. See, while I was kicking back playing some old school Mario Party, I noticed something interesting. I kinda suck. Mario Party 4 is one of my favorites. The boards, the minigames, Okay, well, I can win some of the minigames, like these ones. But I knew taking L after L after L as a credible Nintendo expert wasn't a good look. I want to change the way we look at the Mario lore as we know it, and my golden reputation was at stake. But luckily I found they actually made a guide for the game way back in the day, and this puppy's got all the secrets. 128 pages and... well, maybe I only need 1. Contained in this guide was the quote, "Daisy's a feisty girl who lives to get dirty and play with the rest of the crowd. Luigi has quite a crush on her, and it's rumored there's an attraction between the two. Waluigi also happens to have a crush on Princess Daisy, which may cause some trouble at the party." Whoa. While Daisy has been showing clear disdain for Smash Bros.' favorite Forever Assist trophy, Waluigi, on the other hand, doesn't feel the same way. He's got a crush. But there's more. Deciding to not pay 1,000 bones to read the full strategy guide, I had to move on to the next entry in the series to get my win, Mario Party 5, where I got reminded of what is genuinely, low-key one of the best additions in series history, the team names. Mario Party 4 came in with a really cool 2v2 doubles mode, but in 5 they take it up a notch. Every single pair of characters gets a unique name to describe them. You've got the expected ones like the Mario Brothers, cutest couple, but also unexpected ones. Old acquaintances for Mario and Boo? What's going on there? Maybe a story for another day. But the craziest by far jumped out to me right away. Daisy and Waluigi's team name is Awkward Date. Huh. Okay, something's probably off here. First, there's no sign of a relationship. Then it's just Waluigi that wants one. Now dating's just getting referenced out of the blue. While referencing romance is done sometimes in the game, it isn't just automatically done for all combinations like this. Wario and Daisy are the mismatched pair. Luigi and Peach get green escort. Luigi really just is there for the help, huh? We know Daisy's gotta have some sort of thing out for Waluigi, but what is it? Did his constant creepy flirting get on her nerves? Is it cause him and Luigi have been rivals for so long and they're together? Well, maybe, but members of the Waluigi movement suggest something far more sinister. And it started with the alien invasion. In a grand castle overlooking the peaceful landscape of Sarasaland sit Princess Daisy and Waluigi, two lovebirds presiding atop the kingdom, until one night, things get dark. An ominous black cloud covers the sky. No one's ever seen anything like it here before. Suddenly, out of the looming black cloud, an unidentified flying object bursts out, and using magic, hypnotizes the people of Sarasaland. The princess is given word of this. Not much time is left for freedom as regular inhabitants are turning into evil alien life forms faster than we can work to stop it. Daisy turns towards her love to let him know, to tell him the news, but there's no one there. Without even saying a word, her beloved Waluigi was gone. This mysterious evil overlord reveals to be Tatanga and succeeds in capturing the princess. He's already brainwashed the kingdom and will officially complete his takeover by making her his queen. Daisy's trapped all alone in the castle. There seems to be no hope. But she did remember something. Before things got this bad, she remembered to write a letter. Who knows if it'll make it to its destination amongst all this chaos, but it was worth a shot. Daisy sends a message to her longtime friend, fellow princess, Peach. If she gets this letter, if she gets her hands on it, she could send someone from the Mushroom Kingdom to come save the day. It was a long shot for Daisy, but the only choice she had. Waluigi collapses in his escape from Sarasaland, but just as this happens, shall we say, an old friend arrives to save the day. But this is Wario we're talking about here. He's got an ulterior motive. In saving his likely long-lost relative from these dire straits, Wario intercepts the message carrier, the cry for help going to Princess Peach in serious jeopardy. Waluigi tries to utter words for Wario to stop. The love of his life is still back there, and Wario just laughs at their fear. He'd never even think to harm the innocent messenger. After all, if it gets through, Mario's now going to be busy saving Sarasaland. Then his home will be ripe for the taking. Why don't we talk about this lore more often? It seems like a huge deal, right? Well, Waluigi supporters often like to blame the game that it comes from. Our hero's now on the adventure, a swarm of possessed enemies coming at him left and right. They even got alien bomb Koopas. This all leading for Mario to finally come face to face with Tatanga. The battle commences. He puts up a fight with what looks to be a swarm of ducks. Okay, I mean, you gotta use what you got, I guess, but surprise, surprise, Mario saves the day. And it's an adventure that's quite forgotten about. This is Super Mario Land, and it was pretty primitive. One of the first games ever developed for the original Game Boy, and even if you did play it, you probably don't remember because it's over in like an hour, I'm sorry. This lore within it, however, makes this simple little title critical to the Mario story, and can help us to find out who Daisy's really with right now. There's just one problem. Wario and Waluigi, they're not even in the game. Critical pieces to this story are nowhere in sight. This is like making a Metroid game and not putting any of the characters crucial to the story in it. Oh wait, they actually did that. This doesn't even make sense. How can you base a theory on something with no evidence of this life-changing moment existing? Well, you'd be right. It doesn't exist. In Mario Land 1. Daisy and Sarasaland may be chillin' now, but Mario's homeworld is not. Theorists had alleged that Wario set out on a mission, and we find out in Super Mario Land 2, he achieved it. This time, the tables have turned. While Mario is away, Wario has won, casting a spell and taking over Mario's homeland the same way Tatanga just did. It feels almost orchestrated. Mario's a long ways away. It takes forever to get back, and in that time, his worst fear has come true. Potentially irreparable damage done to the kingdom's inhabitants has occurred. But who are we kidding? This is Mario we're talking about here. Super Mario. Level after level, he clears the floor with these enemies, even reaching a level where he encounters someone very familiar. After a climactic final battle with Wario, our favorite plumpy, powered-up plumber can finally rest. He had restored Sarasaland. He's now restored his homeland. The battles would get less and less frequent for the next several years. Peace began to emerge. And in that time, the gang had to keep busy. Mario spin-off games are like the side dish to the main course. The series wouldn't be the same without them. In some cases, we can't even really call them a side dish, huh? There's one moment that always stands out to me about these games, though. And no, I'm not talking about getting screwed over by chance time over and over. Before the days of these GameCube Mario Party games, probably better days, the older Nintendo consoles still had some bangers. I wanted to reunite with my roots. If I can't win in Mario Party 4 or 5, maybe with the originals I got a shot. There's more, RNG mechanics. Oh, hey look, there's Daisy. That's cool. She's in on the mix, in the party. She hasn't been invited to an event like this in a long time. Actually, I shouldn't say that. Peach invited her to a tennis game not that long ago. Thing is, she'd probably rather forget about that day. Years go by, and by now, Wario's had a change of heart. Gone are the days of trying to, well, kill Mario, and now they've become more of friendly rivals. Definitely not the best of friends or anything. I mean, yeah, that did just happen, but when push comes to shove, they're now on the same page. Even teaming up together to take on the King of the Koopas in Mario 64. Wario's still competitive. He wants to win this tennis tournament, but he's still got such a bad rep that no one will play with him. No one wants to be on his team. Well, no one, except for his longtime friend, potentially brother, the one that he helped save all those years ago. Waluigi's got no interest in competing in these sporting events. He's never done anything like it before. But Wario's got wind of something. Something he knows his brother cannot refuse. Daisy's gonna be there. After years of being off the grid, for the first time since he abandoned her, Wario is convinced Waluigi that he'll be able to rekindle the flame thought to have permanently been put out. But to do that, they'll need the fame and fortune that comes from winning this tennis tournament, beating Wario's greatest rival Mario, and his brother, Luigi. Daisy's caddied for Luigi in golf tournaments before. There must be something going on there, Wario told him. Despite no evidence of there being a romantic relationship from this appearance, Waluigi's heard enough. He doesn't care. He's got no choice. They must win this game. He's got to prove he's better than Luigi. The stage is set, the players are ready, and the match begins. It's a hard-fought match, games trading back and forth. Set lead over Wario and Waluigi, a chance to finally put him away. It all rides on this, and they do it. Strong shot down the line by Super Mario himself ends this so-called great plan. It's over. But things get worse. Following this moment, the relationship between Luigi and Daisy would get, shall we say, less ambiguous. Perhaps Luigi started to develop a crush while they were on the golf course together, but Smash Bros. Seems to imply more. Melee's trophy description of Daisy claims some gossip started portraying her as Luigi's answer to Mario's Peach. Rumors are rumors, And Mario and Peach's romantic relationship seems more on again, off again than a light switch. I think one of the questions we've got to ask is, alright, it seems pretty clear that Luigi is interested in Daisy. Does she feel the same way about him? And it seems like she does. While she goes and insults Waluigi's shop in Fortune Street, she also says that Luigi could make this shop so much bigger. Okay, I mean, that could just be in support of your friend, sticking up for him. In Mario Power Tennis, when she receives this trophy from Luigi, she says, "Hey sweetie, I'll take that." Hey sweetie. Okay, we're getting somewhere, but there's no big thing that... Oh my god, there's a statue. In Mario Kart Wii, I think all the ambiguity got completely cleared up. The Daisy Circuit track contains a huge golden statue of the two holding hands. Daisy Circuit. This is her land. Come on, there's no way she commissions this without this being a thing. Even so, I think we're reaching out to games further than we even needed to. Back in our good old Mario Party 5, the same game that describes the pairing of the former couple like an awkward date, they call Daisy and Luigi the Steady Sweeties. They retain this name in Mario Party 6, and even though they got rid of all the names in 7, they did return in 8. I finally humbled and listened to all the YouTube comments saying the only way I could ever win at Mario Party is with some BS motion controls, but when I popped open this game, the first thing I had to check out immediately was their new name. This time around, it's the Tango Tanglers. Jeez. Nail seems to be in the coffin. Daisy and Wa's name, on the other hand, well, this one's not as chummy. The Double Facers. Waluigi would continue to try to beat his rival, try to show him up so that maybe Daisy will eventually see the light. See that this new guy is just a loser, afraid, a wimp. And Waluigi may be all those things, Daisy knows better. Waluigi's inferiority complex comes from knowing that he was replaced by someone who was all those things, but that during Waluigi's moment of truth, when he had to step up to the plate and try to save the day, he was the loser, afraid, a wimp. He left, never stepping up to the plate in any mainline Mario adventure, even sitting on the sidelines in Smash. I always understood why one would call Waluigi two-faced, but Daisy now makes a whole lot more sense. Daisy's lived two lives, one living in peace and harmony on the cruise ship with Luigi, and one which he has had to bury deep beneath the sands of the past. Luigi may be scared of his own shadow, but when push comes to shove, he'll be there for the ones he cares about. This is why Daisy chose Luigi as her man to be with. Well, maybe one of her men to be with. This Double Facer's name may not just be about Waluigi. Looking back at when Mario saves Daisy from Tatanga, something happens in this ending scene. Oh my. Yeah. From not a very well-known game, this is a pretty talked about moment. If Mario's with Peach, why the heart here? What's this implying? On the one hand, okay, this could just be a feeling of love being expressed. It doesn't have to necessarily be romantic. I mean, wouldn't you be happy with someone saving you and your whole kingdom from being enslaved by an alien invasion? But on the other hand, this could be the start of another secret relationship. And if you had any doubt about this being a possibility, let's look into some other lesser-known media. In Mario's ongoing quest for Peach's affection, she obviously doesn't find out about this Daisy affair. The two keep things close to the vest. In the Kodansha manga, a Mario series running through December of 1988 to September of 98, they depict Daisy and Peach as being longtime secret love rivals over Mario. There's little public evidence supporting the two still being together after this time. But maybe that's intentional. After all, Peach and Daisy are longtime friends. If Peach finds out she was seeing Mario, she'll likely be very upset. If Luigi finds out his brother had been seeing Daisy this whole time, it's the same situation. Things would be weird. But Daisy gets fed up. She's tired of hiding and sneaking around like this. She's a royal figure and wants to be public about who she's with. Mario is now left with a choice. Stay with Daisy and make this secret relationship official, or commit to his quest for Princess Peach. The woman he's gone and saved time after time after time again. The girl of his dreams that sometimes reciprocates and sometimes doesn't. He's been strung along all this time, but he has hope. Mario has believed in this. and he makes his choice. Peach was not Mario's first romantic interest, nor was Daisy. As many are familiar with, back in the original Donkey Kong for the arcade, Mario rescues Pauline. She was his girlfriend and his first damsel in distress. The two have clearly moved on and have stayed as close friends after the breakup. Can the same be said for Mario and Daisy? Overcome with disappointment about not just losing her first love, she doesn't show the emotional despair of this too much. Broken up, her and Mario still associate. They play games together, they fight on the same side in battles like in Mario Wonder, but aren't overly friendly. Playing through some good old Rudder Madness in Mario Party 8, I noticed yet another one of the team names. And this duo is called the Flower Players. Pretty generic, not much of a deep connection going on there. Hey, you like flowers? Yeah, I do actually. Returning to our good old baseball chemistry chart is where things get spicy though. In the games, Mario and Peach have great chemistry, Luigi and Peach have great chemistry, Peach and Daisy have great chemistry, Luigi and Daisy obviously do, Mario and Daisy, just neutral. The only exception. Things aren't bad, they're just uncomfortable. Deep down, Mario and Daisy have been holding in a secret for years that they both know they can never share. Our lovable Luigi's good-willed green heart will forever be broken. It was through Mario and Peach that Daisy even got introduced to him in the first place. Princess Daisy never sought out Luigi as her dream man. She settled for him. The Waluigi theory certainly changes the way we look at the Mario universe. But is it true? Looking into things further, I can see some liberties being taken with just how much Daisy hates Waluigi. The negative chemistry cited between the two is there. In Mario Superstar Baseball for the GameCube, that is. In Sluggers, the more recent entry to the franchise, she only has bad chemistry with Hammer Bro, not Waluigi. In Mario Tennis Aces, Daisy does suspect Waluigi of a crime, but she suspects both Waluigi and Wario, not just him. In Fortune Street, Daisy does insult Wa's shop, but so does Mario, Luigi, Bowser. It's like the running joke of the board. It would seem like Nintendo's toning down on this hatred over time, but that may not be entirely true. In fairness, Daisy's rival character out of everyone in the Mario Kart 8 roster is still Waluigi, and this came out after Sluggers. They could have put someone else in that spot, Nintendo chose not to. The lore about Waluigi leaving Daisy and Wario rescuing him in the desert, however, is all fanfare. But the stuff about Tatanga turning everyone into aliens and invading Sarasaland is confirmed completely true. It's in the game's manual. Wario and Tatanga are also confirmed to have association because of this appearance in Mario Land 2. Their joint plan could have been coordinated without the involvement of Waluigi. And yes, Mario and Luigi don't necessarily have to win in their battle against the duo in Mario Tennis. However, this is the part that gets me more on the theory's side. Without those other aspects to the Waluigi backstory being intact, the opening moment to this game doesn't make any sense. The question of why these two stare each other down right off the bat is still shrouded in mystery. Luigi's a jovial and anxiety-ridden guy. He's not gonna go up and confront someone he's not familiar with for no reason. Oh, well, the real-life explanation is that Waluigi was created purely for this game as a doubles partner for Wario, and Luigi needs a natural opponent. Okay, wanna go down this road? Be my guest. Waluigi's creator, Fuma Hideoki, said in an interview that he intended to give him more of a backstory that was rejected by Mario series creator Shigeru Miyamoto. This would have given him a romantic interest, a partner that likely would have been an entirely new character. Combining this with the confirmation of an evil version of Peach tentatively being dubbed Warupeachy being cut from the game at the last minute, and these two could have almost assuredly been linked. Likely in that manner. We've gone deeper in that story in the past, but what if this character and lore being scrapped didn't mean the complete end of the Waluigi romance idea? What if this idea was instead molded into that of Waluigi instead having an ex? His now rival, Princess Daisy. What about all this stuff of Mario and Daisy being in a secret relationship? Is that all true? Well, even if so, while the two are keeping their mouths shut about the past, an event that did happen, this relationship could have ended long before her and Luigi started seeing each other. We know they seem like a happy couple, and there's no evidence of Mario and Daisy still seeing each other today, behind Luigi's back. Well... Oh my god. Mario, you sick, sick man. Daisy, what? Mario Party victory... But at what cost? Luigi, man, buddy. Who's gonna tell him? The Waluigi theory covers a lot, but there's one guy notably left out, and you can't understand the Mario lore without understanding why Bowser does what he does. This video we dive into Bowser's parents, his kids, and uncover the likely identity of a brother who's been hidden in plain sight for far, far too long.